Right, it's Tuesday, February 4th, just following up on the SPY. You can see here, after buying calls on bar number 2, we followed through higher to kind of yesterday's high, which was near this red line, kind of the high of yesterday. And as we work to the pre-market highs, which we're getting to, we kind of paused a little bit and now we're continuing higher. Scaled out some more of those options. So I bought the 590 calls at 1084. I scaled out 1180, a point higher to set up another trade. Just sold some more at 1275, almost 2 points higher. They're asking, well, they're right around 1275. So nice gain here on the SPY, and we'll see if we kind of work towards this next target, which is the pre-market highs. In the big picture here at the moment, we have a 2-up day. So that now, until proven otherwise, continues our target back all the way up through this red bar. And we're going to see if day after day, if we close green today, and we hold the midpoint of this day and continue higher, it's possible we get continuation. To fail, which is also always possible. Right now, we got to look at intraday structure. We have to have some little, something that's not an orderly pullback, a pretty big red bar that looks like it wants to get through the midpoint of that first bar and take out that open of today. So as long as we just kind of orderly pause, we're still working higher on the day, although we've had kind of a, not really two pushes up, but we've had a little short-term broadening action here, so it might want to be choppy in this area. But anyway, if we get some kind of failure move, big red bar, some kind of pause that wants to test the lows of the day, that could set off a failure day today. And then maybe, we go into a 2-down day tomorrow. And in the big picture, we really have to take out the open of the week here. We have 2 days into the week. We gapped down. We started up pretty strongly yesterday. We're following through today. So, until we get through the open of the week, we're still biased to the upside all week long as well. And we're kind of same thing as last week, where we kind of gapped down and came through the midpoint of that week. We were looking to, maybe hit those highs. Same thing this week, where we hit the lows. We're getting close to the midpoint of that. Pretty big selling tail up here, so I don't really feel strong that, just given the look of the chart, that we're ready to really go bar after bar to the upside here. But it's possible, and we're just going to watch price action. I mean, that's what's unfolding here. But to me, when I look at this weekly sell-off, pretty big one, the midpoint of that bar could be pretty strong, of this selling tail could be pretty strong resistance up here. So anyway, we'll see what happens. For now, we're heading up higher. I know to fail, it's a little there's a long way to go to really fail to the downside, and I think there's some resistance here to the upside. So this is a tricky scenario in terms of expectations, but you can look at opening price action relative to the pre-market ranges, I always do, and kind of get a feel for what's developing day after day. But the context is more of a choppy zone in here. I still see that kind of unfolding here. If I really look, it's kind of higher highs up here. We made a lower low. We're just chopping in a lot of an area that's tricky to know in the big picture. Are we going to go much higher above that, or are we going to really break down after such a big, strong 2 weeks up here, from the low to this high? Doesn't look like we're ready to break down. So anyway, with the choppiness in mind, we can just really play the day-to-day price action more than anything else. And to me, this is a good trade here, just kind of a strong push up out of the open, a little pause, a second push towards its target. So this, on the morning move, this is a nice move on the SPY. And I now know the context going forward for the rest of the day and for the rest of the week.